Bands are absolutely simple to travel with. All you have to do is stick them in your suitcase. They don't take up much space, and they are extremely effective when you work out. Okay, I don't want to take any more time away from my travel. I want to get down to the beach, enjoy it. I want to be with my family. So without further ado, let's knock this workout out quickly. So the one band that I typically take with me is the heavy resistance band. Now this is a covered resistance band. You've seen me use these in videos before. The reason I like these the most is because they don't snap. They're covered. The rubber band is on the inside. If anything were to go wrong, I wouldn't get hurt. All bands are not created equally, so make sure that when you're choosing a resistance for your band, choose one that works best for you. Okay, now I'm gonna take you through a series of band and calisthenics exercises that's gonna light you up. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna warm up with the band. We wanna make sure that our body is warm and ready to go. Grab your band at about shoulder width, so there should be some nice tension. We wanna take the band at chest level, pick it up, and as I pick it up, I'm gonna stretch it out, and then I'm gonna pull it behind me. So I've got a big stretch in my chest, my abdominals are getting a nice stretch as well. I'm slightly leaning back. And then I want to take that band and pull it across my shoulders and then squeeze forward. So I'm almost in a chest fly position. Then I'll release that position slowly. Again, I've got tension on the band. And I want to stretch my shoulders out as I reach up above and then bring that band back down to about chest height. So we want to do that about 10 to 15 times. Make sure that your body's nice and loose and that your muscles are ready to contract. Now I want to make sure that I also warm up my legs. So I'm going to take that same band about shoulder width apart, and I'm going to take a nice reverse lunge. So I'm going to stretch out my hips, and I'm going to pull that band all the way to my chest, big stretch, and then step forward. So I'm going to take my leg back, take a big step, stretch back, chest nice and high, all the way to the chest, pull the shoulders back using your rear delts, stretching out your hip flexor. So when you take your leg back, that hip flexor stretches and you get a nice big opener at the hips. Now that our body's nice and warm, we're gonna go into our first exercise. The first exercise is a combo exercise. And that means that we're combining two exercises in one to get the most bang for our buck. For the first exercise, you're gonna need a place to anchor your resistance band. I'm out on our balcony at our hotel, so I'm gonna use the rail and I'm gonna take my resistance band and anchor it. All we do is take the band, wrap it right around our anchor point, and we're ready to go. The first exercise is the squat to row. It's a full body compound exercise designed to work the legs and the upper body at the same time, while obviously increasing your metabolism so that you burn a lot of fat later on. Post-exercise caloric burn, phenomenal, lasts throughout the day. We want to start this exercise with tension on the bands. I have a neutral position with my hands, which means that my palms are facing each other. I've got my legs a little bit wider than shoulder width. Chest is going to start nice and high. So as I squat, I still have tension on the band. You notice that I hinge slightly forward at my waist. I pull my belly button into my spine, and then I stand, and as I stand, my hips come forward, and I pull the bands all the way to my lower ribs. So I stretch them out as I go down and pull all the way to the ribs. So we're gonna start with a set of 20 of these. I'm gonna do the first 5 so that you can follow along with me, and then you're on your own for the next 15. So let's start with the arms straight out, big squat, and there's 1. Concentrate 2 on maximizing contraction. 3, concentrating on your form. 4, and 5. All right, you're on your own for the next 15. Hit it, and then I'll show you exercise number 2. Okay, everybody's eating breakfast downstairs. Obviously, I'm working out. I know who's gonna get ahead. I'll eat breakfast when I get done. But you might hear a little bit of noise in the background, and that is fantastic. The second exercise is the drop step rotation. Everybody wants great abs, right? This is a phenomenal exercise for abdominals. I've done it before. I'm sequencing this in the second position because we already have our band anchored, and I want to save as much time as possible. Drop step rotation, we grab our handles, face the anchor point, my feet are shoulder width apart. I want to take a diagonal step, and then I'm going to rotate around. And when I rotate around, you can see my abdominals are contracting extra hard. If you really want to get this one right, contract all the way back to the love handles. the internal, the external obliques. So contract all the way back, squeeze all the way around if you want to get the most benefit. We also want to do 20 of these. I'm going to do the first 6. You'll follow along with me, and then you've got the last 14 on your own. Slight bend in the knees, take the step, rotate around, step, rotate around. Now my floor is a little bit slippery, so I'm dealing with a little bit of slide and glide on my floor. So I'm going to take 2 extra reps if you want to get a little more out of it. Hold a little more squeeze here, back to center, and rotate. So not only do you get core work, abdominal work, you also get contraction in the legs, especially the glutes, and you get upper body at the same time. All right, the next exercise is a chest exercise. This one's simple. Everyone knows how to do this one, except I'm gonna throw a band in to make it a little bit more challenging. If you have enough challenge with a regular push-up, don't use the band. If you're looking for a little more challenge, throw the band on your shoulders like I will right now. So this exercise is for your chest. This is also for your core when you add bands. It's also for your triceps and your shoulders. So we take our band, again, almost at shoulder width like I had it before, and I'm gonna put it back up on my upper back. We then get into position. Now, make sure that you have it solid on your back. If you get into position and you have it too high on your shoulders, it'll snap forward, it'll roll on your neck. It's not gonna hurt you, but it's gonna take resistance away from the exercise. So with tension on the shoulders. All right, here we go. So we take a nice drop down, half-second hold, accelerate up. We're gonna do 20 of these also. I'll do the first 5 again with all of them so that you can follow along with me. And then you are on your own for the next. So what you'll notice when you're doing this exercise, as you come down, the resistance decreases as the band lengthens. And then as it stretches and you come up, you get the most resistance. So the highest point of resistance is at the highest point of push-up. Make sure that your abs are tight through the whole exercise and tear it up. I'll give you 3 more reps, then you're on your own. We're about halfway through our workout. We're now gonna hit shoulders. We're gonna make sure we hit every single body part that we can. For shoulders, we're gonna take our resistance band. We're gonna step on with 1 foot. Nice and easy. I'm gonna take my hands and I'm gonna bring them out to the side where there's a little bit of resistance. So this is my start point. From this start point, I'm gonna raise slowly just below my shoulders. I'm gonna make sure that I keep my abdominals tight, so my abs are tight and my shoulders are on fire. I'm gonna bring it back down to that position where there is resistance. I'm gonna now bring it forward. So again, I still have resistance, and I'm gonna do a front raise just below my shoulders. Again, abdominal recruitment at the same time, back to where I have a little bit of resistance, back out to the side. So we'll do our first 5 reps together, and then you're on your own, of course, for the next 15. So I consider each rep a side raise and a front raise. That's 1 rep. So I've done 2 reps. We're gonna make sure we get to 5, keep the shoulders nice and tight. This is the end of number 3. Back to the side, squeeze those shoulders. Number 4, abs tight every time you raise. And number 5, so we got medial delt, anterior delt. It's gonna blow your shoulders up. Make sure you get it right. Get your next 15 and we're on to the next. With this sequence, you don't have to rest in between exercise. It's a push-pull, so you can go back to back to back. So don't worry about rest. If you need more rest, take it. Also, I'm in Greece. It's been over 100 degrees since I've been here for 10 days. I'm accustomed to the heat. If you're not, exercise indoors. Don't kill yourself. Again, for me, I love the sweat. I love the extra challenge that the heat brings me. I love working out outdoors, but be smart and be safe. The next exercise, triceps, and we're gonna do an archer triceps extension. So I'm gonna look like I have a bow and arrow in my hands. I'm gonna take my band, extend out with 1 arm. I'm gonna choke up on the band, chest nice and high, and you'll see I'll extend my arm straight back. I've got tension all the way through, and then right back to start. You'll notice that the shoulder and the elbow stays in the exact same spot. So not only do I have tension on my triceps, I've got tension on the opposite triceps and on the opposite shoulder, as well as the abdominals. So let's get our 5, and as always, we're gonna do 20. This is number 3, and then you're on your own for the next 15. 4, try to extend that arm as straight as you can. And number 5, brutal. Get your next 15. Let's go. Now, of course, after you get done with one arm, you want to make sure that you get the other arm so that you don't walk around with one big arm and one tiny arm. And of course, a workout would not be complete without biceps. So we're going to stand on our band, make sure we have equal tension on both sides, chest nice and high. We're going to take the band and we're going to curl it up halfway. So I've got tension at the halfway point. I'm going to release one side, bring it right back to the center, release the other side, bring it right back down to the center. So we optimize tension on the biceps the entire time. There will be a finisher on this one, so wait for it. So we got our first 5. So there's 1, 2, got a slight bend in the knee as well. 3, arm locked to the body. 4, got a beautiful view of the Mediterranean. 5, and 5. Once I get my 5, I'm gonna release my arms all the way down, and I'm gonna get 5 full reps. That's 3, 4, and 5. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get 10 alternating on each side of the half iso hold biceps curl, and then you're gonna finish with 5 to 10 full reps after you get done with those. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this workout as much as I did. It's time for me to get back to my vacation, time for me to get back to the beach. I will see you next week. Take a look at this. Can't beat the view. Let's go.